Well, it's another nail in the coffin for wokeism, folks, and this time it's coming courtesy of Nintendo. The Zelda movie is casting beautiful people who actually look like, act like, and identify like the characters in the video game. Go figure, right? The wokies are losing their minds. We'll show it to you. Let's talk about it right now. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we continue to give you what you need to know 1 day, 2 days, sometimes months ahead of when the drive-by journalists are able to do so. Today, we're going to show you that we've done it yet again. And Vash Sky is here to help us win. Vash, welcome aboard, sir.
Thank you so much for having me. Talking about Zelda? Oh my goodness gracious. Well, I am very excited to see this, and I am perhaps even more excited after hearing the cast. But I'm sure we're going to get into that right now.
Folks, click the like button. Let's dive in right now. This is by Elise Schaefer out of Variety. Legend of Zelda live-action movie cast Bo Bragason and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth as Zelda and Link. Now, I don't have to do anything with this article. I don't have to read it to you. I don't have to go anywhere. So long as you are looking at this, you can see what's happening. These are two young people. They are not unattractive young people. They're not morbidly obese young people. They look like the characters which they are going to play, and that is driving the wokies insane. Vash, they can't stand it. And they can't stand it because they had a campaign. Allegedly, here's That Park Place, the website that if you're not yet bookmarked, well, you should be. May 30th, again, folks, leading the way, day after day, month after month, giving you what you need ahead of time. Back in May, That Park Place said Hunter Schafer's Zelda rumor allegedly linked to PR firm attached to Actor, not Nintendo or Sony. This is who they wanted to play Zelda. Now, Vash, we're going to be kind, okay? They wanted this individual to play Zelda. They didn't get their way. And the entire time, this was, we believe, total gaslighting. Nintendo never intended to do this. Nobody with the studio intended to do this. This was all a fake gaslighting campaign to try to gin up more drama, and it was based on the idea that the social justice battle out there was still ongoing and that it had not been won. But I'm telling you right now, it's over. It's over, Vash, because Zelda did something which even just 10 years ago would have been unremarkable, but today feels miraculous. And that is, they said, hey, what if we get two actors who look like the actor or the characters that we're supposed to be casting? And what if we pick some people who are attractive? Now, I don't know their ages. I don't know anything about it. I'm just telling you, they don't have 3 nostrils. They're not covered in piercings. They don't look like they've been hit by shrapnel. You know, they just look like what how people were cast for 50, 60, 70 years before the woke era came along and said, nope, no more beautiful. We need ugly. Vash, it seems amazing that we're saying it, but at the same time, this feels like yet another nail in the coffin of wokeism. Am I right? Am I wrong? Or, is this too much that we're making out of it?
No, I think this is a big nail in the coffin there. And I will say, 4 years ago, probably would have been, I don't know, Cynthia Erivo and Pedro Pascal.
You shut your mouth, sir. You shut your mouth. They're not done. They'll get ideas.
Well, that's true. That's a very good point. But I look at the casting of Bo Bragason and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, and I'm actually impressed. These people are very young. They're actually kind of relatively unknown in the grand scheme of things. But
I've never heard of them. Never heard of them.
Yeah, they embody the characters. I'm not most familiar with their work, but I think the thing that people are reacting to very viscerally and very strongly is that these individuals that we're seeing do represent the characters so well. And some people have actually taken to actually like Photoshop, like elf ears on some of the characters and so forth, and see how they look with different wigs and all of that. They actually look pretty good. So I'm sure Nintendo and I believe Sony can actually do something really, really great with these two actors and really bring them to life as if they just walked out of the video game. I think the important thing for us, however, is, like I was saying before, 4 years ago, this would not have been the case. This would have been a much different casting call, probably, for sure. But give it up to Nintendo. They didn't want to actually enter the culture war, especially with their beloved characters. In the way that maybe other franchises had done. We've seen franchises under the ownership of, Comcast, Disney, all these different studios take their franchises and very much twist them in order to fit an agenda. And here, it looks like Nintendo was just wanting to deliver what guests are. I say guests, but what audiences really anticipated for these for this specific franchise, and that's awesome to see.
Absolutely. Not everybody's happy. There is a tiny, tiny group of people out there who get way too much attention, and we're going to give them some more because actually it's not going well for them this time. Brianna Wu. How are you, Brianna Wu? Says, I'm going to leave the comments off. Always a good sign. Except to people I follow. My bubble boys and girls. But I want to explain a bit more about the Hunter Schafer thing in my thinking. Brianna Wu says, I've been playing Zelda literally since 1986 when it came out. And I feel very strongly that Zelda is at its best when it's a little surreal and weird. Weird. Gamers tend to agree with me. I love when people assert that others agree with them while they turn the ability to agree with them off. Don't you love that, Vash? Isn't that beautiful?
That's a fair point. Yeah, that's really good. Inviting some robust conversation there. Oh, wait! Or denying it outright.
Everybody says I'm amazing. Comments off. Mujira's, funny spelling there. Mujira's Mask and Twilight Princess are both beloved for a reason. These are both super bizarre games with unsettling art. So the idea of a particular type of identifying person playing Zelda, to me, genuinely fits the version of the universe I love best. Hunter as Zelda would be cool and weird and sexy and beautiful and a little surreal. Wait a minute. Hey, Brianna. Let's talk for a minute, Brianna. Brianna, can we talk? Did you just say that Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess are beloved because they're super bizarre and unsettling? And did you just then say that, did you just connect that to the idea of Hunter Schafer playing that, thus seemingly indicating that would be super bizarre and unsettling, and that's why you like it? Did you just call people? Never mind. I don't want to go there. Vash, I think somebody stepped in it big time. The Wooster might want to take a break from Twitter. What say you, Vash?
I would take a break from this. And this is the thing, right? This is what Nintendo didn't want, but for, I don't know, a large swath of their audience who might be interested in this film, right? Because that's what we've been seeing. We've been seeing, look, if you want to, you're really only placating less than 20% of the audience when you make a big casting change, and they know that if they don't do that, then maybe 5% of that audience will actually screech loud and get noisy about it, versus maybe 50% of the audience, or maybe even more, becoming outraged that they didn't go with the clear casting decisions. It's interesting, Pro. The people most offended by taking Japanese originating characters and changing them when it comes to race, gender, whatever, are the Japanese. We've seen that in the anime space to the nth degree, even with people doing fanfic art and so forth. Now, if this casting was anything other than what maybe people expected, I can pretty much be assured that there would be outrage, especially originating in the Japanese region, which this movie's going to play well in otherwise.
Can I just tell you, Vash, here's why they did it. I'll just explain it. Nintendo says this is Miyamoto, the guy who made Mario, Donkey Kong, Zelda, Link, everything else.
Of course.
I am pleased to announce that for this live-action film of The Legend of Zelda, Zelda will be played by Bo Bragason's son and Link by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth's son. I'm very much looking forward to seeing both of them on the big screen. The reason that these two were cast, Vash, is because Nintendo and Sony and everybody involved in this, they like money. I know, this is a revelation, but they like money. They like success. And these two playing Link and Zelda can make $1.5 billion. And Hunter Schafer playing Zelda That's $100 million box office, maybe, with all kinds of controversy, a massive flop. Like, that's the difference. We're talking about a $1.4 billion difference just on casting alone. That's why. And guess what that means? It means that woke is done. Woke is a loser in the marketplace. It always was. Beauty wins. And I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. I'm not trying to say any actor or any person is less attractive. But Bo Bragason and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, they're there for a reason. We all know the reason. It makes sense to me. And it's going to make a lot of sense at the box office. Vash, final thoughts on it.
Well, look, Nintendo's not a fan of controversy. They don't want to see controversy surrounding their games, and they definitely don't want to see controversy surrounding what has been a very profitable IP or franchise for them, right? And I think inviting controversy in the way of casting somebody that doesn't really necessarily fit the role or people's preconceptions of the role, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I think they're taking the same approach that they have with their video games. I think they're taking a similar approach to that and protecting their franchise, their IP, and so forth, and making the casting call that people want to actually see. Will Hollywood actually follow this? Will Hollywood actually,
Yes.
jump on this train and go,
Yes.
hey, look, maybe there is a market in just casting who should embody the role from the very beginning. We'll see.
They're never going to admit it, Vash, but yes. Hey, Nintendo, if you want to avoid controversy, though, we really need answers about this whole Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong, Cranky Kong, and Donkey Kong Jr. thing. Where is Donkey Kong Jr., Nintendo? Let us know. It's an ape napping. All right, folks, we're not napping. We're working on the job every single day, and we need you to go from being a passive listener to an active participant. Like, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. Folks, we love your comments. We appreciate them. We covet them. And until the next time, we have the opportunity, the privilege, and the responsibility of spending time together. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, you see, I wanted to get some inside scoops on Disney and their, different corporations, if you know what I mean. So I figured by looking into this fistbowl and sucking it randomly with my own energy that I pay for, you paid for, I could do the whole experience where you can be a master and spy on your targets.
You're an idiot. If you want to get the inside scoop on Disney or even other media organizations, you should check out thatparkplace.com and subscribe to WDW Pro's YouTube channel. That'd be way easier, more accurate, and, less dumb.
Are you saying I won't get accurate information this way?
No, you can't.
Who'd have think?